About the latest injury to Louisiana's wetlands and a special coast and crisis report, John Snell tells us significant portions of the marsh appear to be gone, especially in Lafourche Parish.
A lot of the marsh has been ripped up and just moved away.
Kevin McVey spent countless weekends living the good life near Cutoff in the Lafourche Parish marsh.
There used to be a camp over in this direction that completely detached and floated about a mile away.
The camp belonged to his brother-in-law. Ida yanked it from its 5/8-inch steel cables and took it for a ride. How long had this been in the family?
45 to 50 years. The whole thing floated up.
It actually looks in pretty good shape in some ways.
Oh, it was a wonderful camp. Yes, yes.
But it's gone.
Oh yeah, there's nothing you can do with it.
You can see the effects from above. This European Space Agency image from a few days before the storm, and another of the tangled remains of marsh on the western side of Barataria Bay, or these tighter views around the rectangle that was Delta Farms. Ida ripped away marsh grass and soil, maybe permanently.
Can you tell me when we get to the top?
McVey gauges Ida's surge and waves by the marsh grass that envelops a cypress tree.
This is 7 feet right here. I'm 6 feet. That's 13 feet.
No one can say for certain how badly Ida injured the coast. The commercial drone company Elevated Services provides a graphic view of maybe the most serious cut. The before image at the top and after the storm at the bottom in the area around Clovelly Farms in Lafourche.
This was solid marsh. This was solid marsh, you know. And when I say solid marsh, I'm talking about marsh that you could walk over or ride a four-wheeler through and stuff like that. I mean, look at it now. Mother Nature, you know, spoke.
Joey Guidros lost virtually all of his duck lease.
Gone. We had about 1,200 acres, and if I have 2 acres left, I have a lot. I have one camp that I can't find. I don't know where it is.
Do people realize the loss?
Honestly, no. A lot of them don't look on the other side of the levee. And these marshes were our buffer to our levee system.
In places where there had been thick vegetation, winds and currents push remnants of marsh in mostly open water. Float-on, marsh that's generally not connected to the water bottom. My question is, how valuable was this place? What kind of a resource?
You know, and I wouldn't hesitate to say that this was one of the most productive estuaries in South Louisiana.
The brackish waters here drew generations of sport and commercial fishers. Guidros says the loss is about more than simply landscape.
Our tradition, you know, when we lose a section of marsh like this, we lose a section of our culture, man. You know, going to the camp, make a supper, stuff like that. And now, we're at the mercy of the Gulf. You know, how will that change our salinity level? How will it change our shrimping, our red fishing, our ducks, our everything? Well, I have close friends, that's all they know is trapping and fishing. What they gonna do?
This looks like a big piece of sod, but it's actually that float-on marsh, floating marsh, and you can see how substantial it is. This stuff is all over the place for miles and miles, where it's not supposed to be. Kevin McVey's camp took on water, but can be repaired if you can get to it.
The camp used to have a waterfront view, and now it's completely blocked with all these float-ons.
But this float-on right here might be 10 foot thick. So that means we have a 10-foot hole somewhere in the marsh, and you got thousands of them. This was life. You know, I retired from the school system thinking, I'm moving to the marsh. I don't know, retirement doesn't look too good.
Geologists caution satellite imagery can be deceiving. It can capture reflections off marsh grass that appear in some cases to be open water. Also, as sediment moves around in coming months, some of the marsh may heal as plants take root. But the U.S. Geological Survey says the loss appears significant.
The destruction is so deep. I see the scarring that has taken place. Is just going to continue to be open water.
Joey Guidros says we've been taking from the marsh all these years. Maybe it's time to give back to the marsh.
You know, I could replace a camp, material stuff, boat sheds. I don't know if we could replace this, man. And that hurts. Who does it ever?
In Lafourche Parish, John Snell, Fox 8 Local First.